Hi, and welcome to the NFL Fan Forum. My name is Art, aka the Sea Cow, and this is my sidekick John, aka the Cowlick.
What's up?
Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to discuss the Week 7 games for the Broncos and Seahawks. But first, our play of the day.
Take over the 29-yard line. Carson with the first down and more, and all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
First up, let's talk about the Broncos. Coach Vic Fangio is starting to feel more confident in his team, especially with starting quarterback Drew Lock and running back Philip Lindsay coming back from injury. The Broncos went to New England and came away with a hard-fought 18-12 victory. How important was this win for the team?
Very important, because we were facing against Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. And Cam Newton wasn't even supposed to play. Same with Stephon Gilmore, but they were able to play. That's why this game was so important to us. And surprisingly, we won with 6 field goals. And Drew Lock was throwing dimes to his receivers, and the receivers were still dropping balls, which is not good. But if he can throw dimes like that to his receivers and make the catches, we're going to be able to win against the Chiefs.
Coming up this week is a showdown with the high-powered Kansas City Chiefs, who are coming off a big win of their own over the Buffalo Bills. Do you think the Broncos can hang in there with the Chiefs?
I think they can, because even though we had a little bit of injuries during the Patriots game, and we still have some now, I think we can hang in there. We have a good defensive line. We have a decent secondary, decent offensive line, good quarterback, and wide receivers, and running backs, actually. We're going to get KJ Hamler back, and we're going to get Noah Fant back, which is huge. So we're going to have some catching receivers that can actually make plays and make catches this time without having to worry about drops. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And if we can keep doing that and Drew Lock doesn't throw any interceptions, we'll be able to compete with the Chiefs and possibly win.
The weather could be a factor on Sunday with possible snow showers. Who benefits from this?
I think both teams, because last year when we were facing against the Chiefs, it was in the snow. And we lost to the Chiefs 23-3, which is disappointing even in the snow. But we did have a chance to win, but we just didn't step up. But this time, if it snows, I think we'll be ready.
Quarterback Drew Lock showed some rust in his return to the starting lineup. How do you think he'll do against the Chiefs this time?
Better than last year, because he improved on his footwork and he's throwing more accurate lately. He has been throwing more accurate lately. So that's really going to benefit us. But the receivers just keep dropping the balls. So if the receivers can actually catch, then we'll be fine. So if Drew Lock keeps dropping dimes and it keeps his footwork up, I think we're going to have a good chance at winning the game.
Running backs Philip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon are finally back, sharing the rushing load together. How do you think they'll do?
I think they'll do well, even in the snow. Melvin Gordon, he's a great catcher and a great blocking running back. Philip Lindsay, he's decent at blocking, but he's a great runner. He's fast. He can get past everybody. I think our running back duo with Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay are going to be able to destroy the Chiefs' defensive line and get some big runs, because the Chiefs are not that great at when it comes to running the ball.
The receivers and tight ends are starting to make more big plays. What are they going to need to do in this game?
Catch and get wide open. Those are the two big things, because the Chiefs' defense and secondary are very, very tough. So if you want to get around the Chiefs' secondary, you're going to have to get wide open and make the catches, because if Drew Lock throws possibly inconsistently and makes the interceptions, this is a team that you do not want to throw interceptions to. But as long as he can throw dimes to his receivers and they can catch the ball and make big gains, I swear we're going to have a good chance at winning this game.
The defense is really starting to play well lately. How about against the Chiefs?
Well, the Chiefs have a good offensive line, and if our defensive linemen and edge rushers want to get to the quarterback, they have to play tough. They have to be like they're more powerful than the offensive line, so they have to keep pushing down the offensive linemen and to get to the quarterback. They need to play tough. But then our secondary is decent. We have good safeties. We have good cornerbacks. AJ Bouye is coming back. They just need to step up in the snow too. So they have to not slip and make mistakes and not let the balls get into the receivers' hands. And they have to make turnovers. Turnovers are going to be a huge thing for the Broncos. So if they can make turnovers, the sky's the limit for this team, and we can possibly win games.
So now let's move on to the predictions for this game. Looking at the Chiefs, they're doing really, really well. But the Broncos look like they're turning a corner, and they look hungry as well. The Chiefs still look a little bit vulnerable at the moment. And with this bad weather coming in, I think it's still going to be a bit of a low-scoring affair. And I'm going to give the Broncos the benefit of the doubt. I think they're going to pull it off 24-21. What do you think?
I'm thinking the same thing. It's going to be like a medium scoring game, but it's going to be close though. But I have the Broncos winning with a field goal, 23-20. Moving over to the Seahawks, we find the team coming off of their bye week. Coach Pete Carroll is very excited with the team's 5-0 start, but he knows that some of the wins have been very close affairs. What do you think is the real state of this team coming off of their bye week?
Well, I think that the Seahawks are coming in a good place. We had several injuries that were needing to be healed up. That's for sure. Players that needed to heal up. Not sure if Jamal Adams will be able to make it back this week or not, but several other players needed to heal up, and that's a good sign. But as for the rest of the team that's healthy, I think the offense is in a very good place. They've been saving our season. They really have, especially Russell Wilson with his miracles and his magic plays. But the defense is really going to have to start turning it around towards the end of this season, and to become a legitimate, strong case for the playoffs. So I think that the team is in a good place, but I think we could do a lot better, especially on defense.
QB Russell Wilson is having a phenomenal year so far, with 19 touchdown passes in 5 games. His chemistry with his receivers has proven valuable in the team's 5-0 start. Can he keep up the pace against the Arizona Cardinals defense?
I honestly think he can. The Cardinals secondary is a good secondary. You got Patrick Peterson and you've got Budda Baker, and these guys lead a really good secondary there. So it's going to be a tough challenge, but with the weapons we have and the way they're playing right now, I mean, DK Metcalf's playing out of his mind, and Tyler Lockett is not ready for another breakout game. And we got the young guys, whether it's David Moore or Penny Hart or even Philip Dorsett. He's coming off injury. I really think that this passing game is going to still have a very good game, and I think Russell Wilson's going to get at least three touchdown passes in this game.
Running back Chris Carson is having a good year so far with 6 total touchdowns, but he hasn't had a real breakout game yet. Can he do it against the Cardinals?
You know, the Cardinals' run defense is not that great. I think that we can. The offensive line this year has really surprised me with the way they're gelling and the way they're able to get off their blocks and also avoid costly penalties. So, yeah, I think he's going to have a really good game this week. He might actually break 100 this week if Brian Schottenheimer, our offensive coordinator, decides to stick with the run a little bit more. And that'll open things up a lot for Russell Wilson's passing lanes.
Wide receivers DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are having strong seasons so far. They'll be taking on cornerback Patrick Peterson and safety Budda Baker this Sunday. Who wins out?
Well, I really think this is going to be a great matchup. I think that DK can match up with any corner, and if Patrick's on him like he was last year, it's going to be a hard-fought affair. And I really think that DK is going to have his moments. He's that strong, he's that bullish about the ball, and he blocks well. And I think Tyler Lockett is going to have a bounce back game because last week he just did okay against Minnesota. But I think that they're both going to have really good games. And Budda Baker's going to be everywhere. So Russell Wilson better watch out for him. But I think that we're going to get a few touchdown passes in this game.
The defense has been shaky so far. When will linebacker Bobby Wagner and safety Jamal Adams finally help make the defense more respectable?
Well, hopefully it'll be this week to start off with. This is going to be a great challenge for the defense. Kyler Murray, he's doing absolutely incredible this year in his second year. And he's a mirror image of Russell Wilson. So, I mean, you see Russell Wilson every day at practice. Well, you're going to see Kyler Murray, and that's a similar player. So they're going to have to be ready for him and his scrambling ability. As for the defensive line, I think that they're doing pretty well against the run so far this year. Dalvin Cook kind of slashed him a little bit, and so did his backup Madison. And this is a similar running back with Kenyon Drake. He's a slasher. And so I think we can stop the run pretty good. But I think Kenyon Drake might break one, maybe 2 runs. He's just that good. But if we can keep him mostly under control and make Kyler Murray pass and scramble, then it falls on the secondary. And that's where Jamal Adams, if he plays, he is questionable for this week, can make a big difference. But the other guys are going to just have to step up, Quandre Diggs and Shaquille Griffin. And if Quentin Dunbar plays, he's going to have to step up as well, covering Larry Fitzgerald and Christian Kirk and DeAndre Hopkins. So there's going to be a lot of similarities for the defense facing this offense because they're very similar to ours. And I think Bobby Wagner is going to have his hands full. Again, he's going to have to just use his experience, get everybody lined up as quickly as possible to make sure that they're in their proper spots, and let the defense play. And I think we can do well against them as long as we just keep our heads, in the game. And then if we can get a couple turnovers, that would be, again, just a huge lift for the offense. And we'll see where it goes from there.
This upcoming game against Arizona will be a tough one. It will also show who is more in command of the division. So who will win this game? In my opinion, I have the Seahawks winning 28-21 by a touchdown. Close game, but I think the Seahawks will be able to do it with a very amazing offense. They're going to make deep throws, and they're going to be able to stop the run and stop the Cardinals' pass. I really think they're going to go 28-21. What do you have?
So I think a similar situation. For some reason, we play well in Cardinal land. We play well in Arizona. Don't ask me why. We've won like 6 of the last 7 times here. It's crazy. But I just think that we're going to come out of the bye week and we're going to play really, really well in this game. And now that it's been moved to Sunday night, prime time, yeah, I think that we're going to definitely show up as well. Cardinals are going to be a good, tough challenge, and they're going to play well too at home. So both teams have high momentum. It's going to be a great clash. I think we're going to win 30-24 in a very close game, as usual. And I think it's going to be a great one. Well, that'll do it for our show today. Thank you for tuning in. Tell us what you think in the comments section below. And be sure to destroy that like button and subscribe to our channel. By the way, click the notification bell so that way you'll be notified when we post a new video. Thank you for joining us. This is Art
And John.
signing off.